Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Welcome to Jaffery Sports Time. Jaffery Sports Center, are you ready? A minute show time. So today I will be your new host, Muzammil Raza, and with me I have Monty Salim Mohammed and Mr. Maitham Mehdi. So I know you guys are all excited, as we are, but before we begin, we'd like to start off with the Surah Fatiha for all of our marhumeen. We have Marhum Gigi Mirali, Marhum Suhail Nasser, Marhum Faisal Banji, and Marhum Shabir Jani Bojani. Al-Fatiha. Now, I know you guys are excited. We are too. We're ready to get this started. So tonight, what the plan is that we will be doing a debate between these two about who the top two teams coming into this tournament are going to be. In addition to that, we will also be talking about some of the teams that we think are overrated and underrated. So, to begin, Maitham Mehdi, let's hear it. Top two teams. Hit me with it.
Well. Finally, we kick off this show. Let's get going, everybody. This time, we are going to make sure this tournament is hyped correctly because, you know what? We need to get the elephant out of the room. Who is our top two teams? Nobody ever talks about this. And every single year somebody comes to a tournament, yo, this team is bop, this team is really good. But let's be serious about it. Let's talk. Who are the top two teams? And you know what? My top two teams are, I'd say maybe obvious for me. I don't know what they are for you, but I have my backings for it.
Okay, let's hear it.
Let's hear
So,
let's see what you got to say.
You know what? My first team that I want to introduce is a team that is pretty consistently reaching the semifinals. They're a consistent playoff, postseason team that is literally one step away from winning it all.
Wow.
They just got just a couple of things they got to take care of, but they're going to get there.
Okay.
They have changed the game for volleyball, actually. And unfortunately, Minnesota has to add some rule because they changed the game. And you know what? That's how good they are. We have to change rules because of them. And they're coming in here as underdogs because now everybody thinks that there's going to be a rule in place. How is this team going to actually still make a run? So I make my case to you. One of my teams, part of my two top teams coming in the tournament, they will make a run in this tournament is going to be New York Union. 100%. They have an offensive star who has probably one of the most lethal third balls in Salman Kurmali. They have probably one of the leading front centers who is Shane, who has really changed the game for New York. Because before, they were not really known to have two superpowers or two super hitters or two people that can really open up on the court.
I'm going to stop you here real quick. I got a question. You're saying New York Union is in your top two teams. Is that what you're saying? Is that where you're going?
Yeah, 100% they are.
You're saying New York Union, okay? New York Union, who lost arguably one of their most important players in net.
Yep.
They're top two.
Wow. Yep.
Still.
Yep.
Without that one player that they're missing.
Well, here's the thing. They did. Let's make this really clear. They probably lost one of arguably the best netties in the game. They also lost.
He is the best netty in the game.
And the change in the rule could really affect them. But I really do not see them falling that much. I actually think this might be a change because now they're coming back as an underdog mentality. They don't have these, when you hit a wall.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna stop you right there. You said they're coming into this tournament as an underdog.
Yep.
Has New York won?
No, but they've been closer than you.
So doesn't that make them an underdog at every tournament? Just because they have something to prove.
You know what? They were not an underdog going into New York tournament.
New York
they were not an underdog.
New York has something to prove every tournament.
1% at a time. Okay, Mati, your turn.
They haven't won. So if you haven't won, from personal experience, you're an underdog at every tournament no matter what you do. Ask anyone if you haven't won. Why? Because you have that hunger to win.
Okay, so let me ask you something.
Okay, ask.
Who was the favorite going into the New York Union tournament last year?
Going into New York tournament?
Yep.
Not New York.
Then who was it?
I'm not
sure. Who was it?
Going into New York?
Yes.
New York. The favorite?
Yep.
No, Orlando. Easy. Orlando
was the favorite in New York.
What tournament was there? What real tournament was there? That all these teams came with their real teams. Orlando had their full squad. New York had their full squad. What tournament before New York? What tournament was it? It was 2016 Sunshine. And who won 2016 Sunshine?
Orlando.
Exactly. So coming off that victory, it might have been 2 years later, but they're still the favorite just because they are the team that won the last tournament.
Oh, so wait a second. Hold on. So you're telling me that Orlando, for you, is a top team?
No.
Oh,
Orlando.
Hold on. What's going on?
So what are you trying to say then?
You're twisting up what I'm saying.
No, I'm pretty sure all the viewers can probably see that.
No. Listen to this. Orlando was a favorite going into New York. Okay. Right? That's what I said. Now, I didn't say anything about Orlando being a top 2 team going into Minnesota.
Okay. So who's
Don't twist up my words.
Okay. So who's your other top 2 team?
I'm not giving my other top 2. He needs to give his first team.
All right, one for one. Let's hear it. He said New York. Who do you say?
There's one team that, when you asked me, Matham, who I thought the top 2 teams were, hands down, easily, North. Hands down. You cannot count them out.
Wow.
They just won.
Yo, let's take it easy.
Are they? Hold on. Is North in your top 2?
No.
What?
Let me tell you something.
Are you serious?
Let me tell you something.
Defending champions. North is 100% hands down the favorite going into Minnesota time.
Wow. This is bold accusation.
No, I don't agree with that. So because somebody comes in and wins one tournament, right away they become the top team?
Bro, it's not about Usman. Let me rephrase that. He has a part in the team, but think about it. Who else is on that team? You have Abbas, who's won championships, right? He won in Minnesota 2016, right? You have players like Nabil. You have players like Fayez. These players have won so many tournaments around Marhum Faisal, right? So they have that experience, and they're talented players. So if you're saying that it was only Usman Limbada that came into New York and they only won because of him, you're wrong there. Why? Why? You said that there's one player that just comes on. That's what you said.
Hold on.
That's what you said. You said there's one player that just comes in and he just takes over and he wins. He did that. They had that player along with more talent around them.
Okay, hold on.
Ali Muhammad and the other net.
I wish I could put you on mute in person. Can I talk now? Because you already gave your point. Okay, hold on. First of all, I never said anything about Usman. I didn't even say anything about that. What I said was, how can you put them as a favorite just because they won this one tournament just because they won in New York?
You think this is the
they
first
had,
won?
they had before the GOAT. They had the GOAT, 100%. They had the GOAT, right? Now, after they had to continue the game without him, they fell a little bit compared to what their standards were. Yo, if you don't, I'm gonna chuck this pen at you if you keep on cutting me off.
Okay. Slow.
All right.
Calm down.
So they came in and they played a tournament. I cannot recall exactly what tournament it was, but I want to say it was Vancouver. Okay. And they played in that tournament, and I think they went to quarters.
Okay.
And then they went to RK's tournament, and they got to the finals, right? This was all after they lost the gold, okay? Now they came to New York. Yes, they added two pieces, really. They added two pieces. I mean, they had it. You know, when you look at the playoffs, you talk about semis and finals. They had a very lethal front center who sometimes people tend to overlook because we look at the back center right away. But also they have a pretty strong core right there. So don't get me wrong, they are a great team. But just because they came in, and you know what? Let me tell you something. Orlando lost at semifinals. North didn't win that game. Orlando made the mistakes to lose that game.
Makes sense.
North wasn't a better team than Orlando. Orlando was a better team than North in that game. Orlando made way too many mistakes, and they changed the way they play during that semifinals. If it wasn't for that, they would have beaten North that game 100%. 100%. How are you going to tell me that North is coming as a favorite?
Okay.
When you yourself were watching there, and you're in the semis, and you're like, hey, yo, bro, they're a bop.
Bro, okay, answer this question. Okay. Honest answer. Coming into New York, did you think North was going to win?
Oh. I mean, I honestly, I walked in and I saw like, it was like a tooth fairy up, like I just saw this guy jumping in the air. I was like, who is this?
Answer my question. Coming into New York, did anyone think North could win, other than probably the North players themselves?
I don't even think you knew who was on North.
Bro, I myself said that North was not going to win that tournament, right? And now this, like you said, what did you call him? A tooth fairy. He was a tooth fairy floating up there. That semifinals game against Orlando was one of the best volleyball I've ever seen. Not because Orlando lost the game, because North won that game.
No, wait. Did you watch the game? Okay,
I just watched it.
All right, you know what?
Bro, there's no way.
Who's your second team?
Wait, hold on. I'm not done. I'm not done with North. There is no way that Orlando lost that game. Orlando played one hell of a game. They got outplayed.
Wait, you just said there's no way that Orlando lost that game.
I mean, there's no. That's what you said. You said that Orlando lost that game. North didn't win it. That's what you said.
Because you know I'm right about that. You can't even pronounce what you're saying is correct.
Okay, guys, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on as moderator. We're gonna move on. Matham, who's your other top two?
My second team is right here. I mean, he was just talking about it. You can't miss them. They have been to the finals. I don't even know how many times in the past 5 years, but we get chopped by them every single time. They changed the game after that tournament that they won in Orlando. Okay. They changed the way teams have to prepare to play against them. When you looked at Orlando, which is my second team coming into this tournament, part of my top two teams, Orlando changed the game. Nobody ever used to look at Orlando and call out a single individual and say, yo, this guy is the best player. You always used to talk about how, yo, they got 9 amazing guys. They got 8 amazing guys that have all good chemistry. It's not 2 guys that are bop. It's 8 guys that are bop. You tell me what team, other than, fine, we took them down in quarterfinals.
It was a while ago.
It was a while ago. You're right. But still, I'm still gonna remember that. I was on the floor. I don't know what I was doing.
I remember the
and then you had 76ers come into Minnesota and they took them out in quarters as well. Other than that, I don't see Orlando ever taking a loss like that. I think you need to put the tie over your mouth, eat the tie, because you can't tell me any other team that's better than them.
Okay.
Bro, do you understand what you said? You first said that Orlando didn't play well against North. Yeah. Now all of a sudden,
that's what he said.
Poof, they're in your top 2. Okay, now hold on. You were right. I agree 100% what you said. You were right when you said that Orlando has 9 players because every single one of their players on that team is solid, and every single one of their players on that team can get a point. But now answer this question: against North, why did they change that up and only surround 1 player and doing the same thing about only 1 player? What happened to those 9? In the semifinals against North, there was 1 guy that was hitting the ball that the netties were setting up almost every single time. That's not Orlando volleyball. That's why Orlando's not top 2. Period.
Wait a second. So you're telling me you're going to choose 1 guy over 8 solid guys?
No, I think what he's trying to say is that's what the team did.
Is the tie in my mouth or your mouth? What the heck's going on?
Okay. Hold up. Let's clarify. So what he's saying is, in New York, if they had all these 9 guys that everyone on that team could score, that could play Bob, what happened? Why did they break so bad that they only focused on one player?
They didn't break.
They didn't break.
I
did not say
What did
that.
you say?
I did not say that.
Okay, I understand.
I said
I understand.
that in against North,
Yes,
right?
yes.
In the semifinals in New York,
Yes, yes.
right? When it was Orlando versus New York, they didn't play Orlando volleyball that game.
So you're asking why didn't they play Orlando volleyball?
They had one guy, and he was doing everything. They relied on that one guy.
It wasn't one guy, but yes, I understand where you're coming from.
To take them to the finals.
Okay, so just because.
Answer his question.
Okay, so just because they did that one game, they did make a mistake. I think they can admit that too, because that's not Orlando volleyball. That's not Orlando volleyball. They changed the way any team plays. For example, the way Allentown reminds me of when the way they were playing in New York, with the way they did their strategy of how they were playing, reminded me of when Orlando switched it up, and they were attacking from the wings, and it really changed the game. So yes, they did not play the way they should have against North, but they will not make that mistake again. I think that was a good loss for Orlando Union because they are hungry now, and they will make a big run in this tournament, because you know what? Unless you're getting some team from Wakanda, there's no other team that can beat Orlando. Wakanda. I mean, who's your second team?
Wait, hold on. You said this before when you were arguing about Orlando, right? You were saying this before about Orlando. What happened last time they came to Minnesota?
They lost in quarters.
What happened 2011 in Minnesota?
They lost in the finals.
Orlando has a bad track record in Minnesota.
So who's your second team?
We're still talking about Orlando.
Let's finish Orlando conversation.
Let's just make Orlando Showtime. Forget mini Showtime. Let's just do Orlando Showtime, because you still talking about Orlando. Who's your second team?
Hold on. I'm not done. Okay?
Let him finish.
Orlando has a bad track record in Minnesota. Plus, there's rumors everywhere. Everybody is saying that Orlando's got a new squad. So you're telling me that Orlando gonna bring a couple of newcomers on the A team and win? And you're saying they're top 2? No way, bro. There's no way.
Well, okay, listen. Yeah. Listen, let me tell
Orlando
you something.
is not top 2.
You get one more thing. You get one more thing to say.
But I can't argue. Okay, fine. North and Orlando, that's a good argument. Who is your second team?
Right,
because I can't put another team.
We're taking a break. We're cutting the commercials.
This guy needs to
guys, we're cutting the commercials. We want to thank our sponsor, Pharmalinks. They're one of our premier sponsors. Let's watch the commercial.
Pharmalinks Medical Center and Pharmacy is a one-stop shop. Our experienced team provide a broad range of health services, and because our doctors work side by side with our pharmacists, we can ensure you receive your compliance packaged prescription without delay right away. We can coordinate your refills automatically, send reminders of what to take and when, or coordinate with you online and by phone, available 24/7. We provide a personal touch to guide you through your individualized needs. Our team strives to have one goal: your care in our hands.
All right, thank you, Pharmalinks. You guys are a great sponsor. And one more thing is, we're still looking for sponsors because there's plenty of space. If anyone here is interested, please let us know, and we'd be glad to take you guys on. Now, Monty, let's finish it. Let's wrap it up.
Let me unbutton my shirt because I don't know what team is left to talk with Orlando and New York.
Loosen the tie. Whatever you got to do, loosen the tie.
I want to
loosen the tie, drink some water, whatever it is.
Who this team is.
Who's your second top 2?
Bro, how do you not know who my second team is?
I mean, do you know your second team?
Bro, it's easy. There's one team out there. He hasn't been doing well. They haven't been doing well the last couple of tournaments. But going into Minnesota time, cannot count them out. They're definitely top 2. My other top 2 team is United Stars.
Oh,
Wow. It's bold. It's bold.
you know what?
He's got to let him back.
He's thinking of what to back up.
I know what I'm gonna say.
All right,
Go ahead.
I thought you were gonna. I thought you were
I
gonna give
wanna
a
hear-
smart comment.
No, I
I
wanna
thought
hear-
you were gonna give a
Hold
smart
on,
comment, so I was
listen.
waiting.
I'll listen.
On this
I'll
show,
listen.
if you make a claim, you got to back it up.
Okay, listen. For every good point you make, I'm gonna draw a star. Okay? All right, you go and start right now.
All right, yeah, you
Okay, go
draw
ahead.
a star.
Go ahead.
All
right.
right. Back it up. Back up the claim.
Answer my question. Who's playing with Rob this tournament? 2 new players.
Oscar and Abbas.
Oscar and Abbas. What happened last time Oscar played with Rob?
They lost in the finals.
They made it to the finals.
wait a
They made it
second.
to
Wait
the
a
finals.
second.
Listen, hold on.
listen.
Okay. They made it to the finals.
I'm
Okay.
giving you a half a star
Okay.
for that one.
North and New York. Okay. Who finished number 1 in New York tournament?
North.
Who finished number 2?
New York Union.
Exactly. So now the last time Rob and Oscar played together, they lost in the finals. That's still top 2.
Still top 2. It's still top 2.
Plus, bro, you don't realize that when Oscar came to Turab, so did Abbas. Abbas is one of the brightest, one of the best young stars in our game.
Yeah, and
hands down.
They got-
You've
they
seen
got-
it.
listen,
You've
they got
seen it. You've
studs
seen
on
it.
that team.
You've
They
seen
do
it.
have
You've
studs
seen
on
it
that
in
team.
You've seen him play in TVC this last tournament. You've seen him play in Sunshine. What other tournament did he play in?
I think
He's played almost every single tournament with Jaffery, right? Now, Oscar and Abbas joined Turab, right?
Yep.
That elevates his team to top 2 hands down just because of those 2 players. Just because of that talent that they have, bro.
Big free agency acquisition.
Okay.
How is
No,
Turab-
listen.
how are
And-
United Stars not top 2? That's what my question is.
Okay.
You said it, you said
and,
it.
And you know what? Look, they do have studs on that team. They got Jabir, they got Irfan Kermali, they got Khalil, they got Shane. I'm blanking out on who the second netty was, but they do have studs on that team. Don't get me wrong, 100%. Here's the thing with United Stars, though. You answer this question for me.
Ask.
When's the last time they beat Orlando?
I have no idea.
Okay. And when's the last time they beat Toronto North?
2015, 2014.
When they went in the finals, right?
When they beat the Gold.
Okay. Now, let me ask your honest opinion here, all right?
Wait.
Did Stars and North play in round robin in New York?
I don't know. But I'm sure North won that game. I mean, wait, are we still, hey, by the way, are we still having an open phone line for this?
That's true. We are. Guys, we've heard enough from these 2. If you guys want to give your ideas on who you guys think are the top 2 teams are, or if you guys want to even ask these 2 any questions because you guys think they're saying some dumb stuff out here, please let us know. You guys can call the number at 763-278-4333. It's on the screen. Let us know. Give us a call. Tell us what you want to say.
All right, now back to my point. Back to my point now, all right? Listen.
You don't got a point.
Hey,
What do you
You're wrong.
Okay, so let me ask you something.
wait.
When is the last time Stars beat Orlando?
When is the last time Orlando beat Stars?
What, they just beat them.
When?
Ah, man. When's the last time Orlando beat Stars? Honestly, it's been like, I don't know when's the last time that they played, but I am 100%.
All I know is what happened is New
Yo,
York.
it sounds like we have a call. I think we have a call.
We have a call?
We have a call.
Okay. Pause on
Oh,
you
we have a
guys.
call.
All right, let's hear it. Who is it?
Looks like it's Musti Uncle calling from Orlando.
Oh.
My guy. Chain game.
Well, looks like it didn't connect correctly. Let's see if Musti Uncle can make a phone call again. Meanwhile, I'm gonna forget my thought.
Hold on.
Write it down,
Please,
write it down.
Please. The number is on the screen. Call and tell him he's wrong. Because he is. There's no way he's right. 763-278-4333. Please call, say who you are, and say Matham is wrong.
Okay.
Please.
And one thing I would like to know is, can somebody call and please tell him that Stars have not beaten Orlando in like 5 years, in like a really long time?
What?
Okay.
all the last 5 years, right? Last 5 years, did Stars have Oscar Nabas?
Okay, listen, that's not my fault. I'm not saying that they just are not coming in as a favorite. I would put up too. Let me ask you. You take Stars and Orlando playing best of one game and they're about to win the trophy. Which team would you take?
Because of the way Orlando played in New York and because of their new squad that they have, I would take Stars.
Oh my God! Hold up,
but Stars is a new squad. They're
hold
unproven.
on. Yeah, you're saying new squad.
They have a new squad, but they've played together before, so they know.
Oh, muscle memory. Yeah?
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, apparently they remember how to play with each other. It makes a big difference.
Bro, obviously.
Wait,
what do you mean?
Hold up. When was the last time they played together?
Play back.
So just because you play with somebody, you're going to be really good all the time?
Hold on. On our team, the last tournament, who do you play back with? Who stands next to you every time?
Imran.
Imran, exactly. Now, if you don't play together with Imran for 2 years and you go back, or however long Oscar and Durab haven't played together for, if you go back, you're still going to know what balls Imran is going to take.
They have
chemistry doesn't go away.
Does that make them good?
Chemistry doesn't go poof. Gone.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that.
Okay, well, you know what? Let's see what this person...
Okay.
I'm not sure who's giving the call. Let's see. Well, okay, look. I'm not saying that they don't have chemistry. They do have chemistry. But what... All right, we have a caller. Let's see if this one...
Well, okay. I'm not saying they don't have chemistry. They do have chemistry.
You're on live.
Hello?
Did I put this on?
Stop muting it.
Assalamu alaikum, could you repeat that?
Who is this?
Ship Sheemus.
It's Musti Uncle.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to say, when was the last time United Stars beat Orlando B?
This doesn't sound like
In the
Musti
round
Uncle. Who
robin.
is this?
Who is this? All right,
he hung
so,
up.
okay, it's a good question. What?
Hold on. Well,
United Stars. When did they beat Orlando B? He said when is the last time they even beat Orlando B?
Orlando B qualified. Everybody hyped Orlando B going to New
on.
York. Hey, Orlando B.
Answer his
They're
question.
Bob, they're Bob.
Yeah, they did.
They qualified
No,
Sunshine.
no, answer the question. He said, he's asking you a question. Answer the question. When is the last time United Stars beat Orlando
Who
B?
cares? Orlando B's irrelevant.
He's asking you a question.
Who cares? Orlando B is Orlando. I don't understand where Orlando B even came from.
Because what he's trying to prove to you is that this is Orlando and this is United Stars. United Stars couldn't even beat Orlando B. How do you expect them to play with Orlando A?
I understand
Answer
where
the
you're coming
question.
from. When was the? And you answer mine then.
What is your question?
Last time, I'm going back to my point. I'm reiterating my point that the last time Oscar and Durab played together, they won. They made it to the finals.
They made it to the finals.
They made it to the
They
finals.
are coming in as an underdog team that's coming there hungry. There's no doubt. But I am not putting them as a favorite top two coming into mini show time.
But
No way.
But you are putting New York.
Yes. Of course, New York. is up there.
You're telling me.
Who was in
Hold
the
on.
finals
What?
in New York? Who was in the finals?
Yeah. There's two players. One particular player who's the most important, one of the most important players on the team was on that team.
That's not gonna.
The
That's not gonna
best-
change everything. I mean, players over there that are gonna play it. I don't know. Nobody's living up to it.
no name.
Star 6,
No
7.
name.
We
This
are
is
not
no.
gonna live up to this. But you know what?
Okay.
That person is not correct in this at all. They are not the most overrated team coming in the tournament. Aren't we gonna talk about this? Can we change the topic?
You're right.
Okay, you know what? Okay, because this person brought up overrated teams, let's change to our next topics, which are overrated and underrated teams. Okay? Matham, you can begin. Actually, no, you started last time.
I need a break, bro.
Okay. You go ahead. Overrated teams. Overrated.
No disrespect to anybody on this team. All right.
That's good. That's fair.
But this team, and I'm not saying they're overrated.
They're overhyped.
Overhyped.
They're
Sorry,
overhyped.
overhyped.
This team is not overrated, okay? This team has talent throughout their roster. They're just overhyped. I'm reiterating, they're not overrated. But New York is overhyped.
Yo, guys, his text messages are open. I got the guy. Are you kidding me?
Listen.
Or New York
listen,
didn't
listen.
overhype.
Hear him out. Hear him out. Hear him out.
Hello, what happened to my mouth is dry? Listen, okay?
Oh my God.
Let's hear it. You got to back the claims on the show.
Coming from someone who used to play back center, right?
I don't think I played back center, but sure, go ahead.
You played back center before. Don't lie. Don't lie.
Back in
You're
the days.
alive.
Back in the day.
Back in the day.
Back in the
all right?
days.
So now,
Friday nights.
if you play back center with the same netty for I don't even remember how long they've been playing together. I remember 2011 they played together for 9 years, 10 years. Let's say 10 years you're playing together with the same netty, okay? After 10 years of playing with the same person, same netty, every single tournament that you go to, you're playing with the same netty. You don't have that netty anymore. You think that Salman is going to be able to adjust to having a new netty? Yeah, don't get me wrong. Salman is one of the best back centers we have in the game, hands down, right? But
That's fair.
But he's overhyped.
he's not.
I love you so much, but I hate you.
No.
That's basically what he's
I'm
saying.
not saying that.
I love you, but I hate ya.
I'm not saying Salman's overhyped.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying New York is overhyped.
Oh.
You know why?
Why?
You know why? Because you put them as your top two. Salman's been playing with the same netty for 10 years. After 10 years, you don't have that netty. You think it's going to be easy for him to adjust? You think he's going to be right back to that same player he was with Safe?
I didn't say that.
Yeah, Salman, after he plays in a couple tournaments, maybe give it a year, year and a half, he'll get that. He'll have that same chemistry that he had with Safe. But he won't have that chemistry with a new netty.
New York Union, Monty's off your bandwagon. In about a year and a half, he'll jump right back on. He's coming back. Watch out. You cannot call a team that was just in the finals less than 12 months ago overhyped.
Do they have the same team?
Have they? Hold up, I have a question.
Do they have the same team?
I have a question.
Do they
Hold
have
up.
the same team?
Has New York?
Do they have the same team? Answer my question. Do they have the same team?
No, they don't.
Sorry,
No, they don't.
They don't.
I'm the
They're
moderator.
not the
I'm the
same
moderator.
team.
Hold up. I have a question. I'm picking
Blood
neither.
pressure going on.
I'm not picking any sides in this debate.
Your
but
makeup's coming off.
Bro, what are you talking about?
has New York ever won a tournament?
You childish. You know that you
What is
you
it?
damn childish.
Listen.
Has New York ever won a tournament? We always talk about going to the finals,
They
going to the
haven't.
finals, going to the
I'm
finals.
telling you, I know
Have
they
they won a
haven't.
tournament?
They have not won a tournament. I know that. I understand that. But what I'm trying to tell you is that does not mean they are not top two, and that does not mean that they are not overhyped. Let me ask you something. When is the last time? Let me ask you. When is?
Hold on. Has Orlando won a championship?
Yes.
Sunshine. Has Orlando won a championship?
Yes.
Has North won a championship?
Yes.
Have Stars won a championship?
Yes.
Do you get where I'm going with this?
No.
Has New York won a championship?
No, they have not. New York needs to get on the championship. No, they have not won the championship. But that does not make them top two.
To be fair, you don't need
You're
to win
right.
to be
That
top
doesn't
two.
make them top two.
I mean, sorry, make them top two. God, you got me on that point. That was a good one. I don't know what else to say back to that. New York, let's go, man. Let's gotta get something.
Okay. Next one. Who's overhyped team?
Overhyped team.
You gotta see who's overhyped.
That this team is by far one of the best teams, one of the best organizations, one of the best clubs to be ever put together. There's no doubt about that. They have set the records. They have gotten every single possible trophy you can think of. But, as time progresses, things change. And I feel personally, as good and as amazing of a team that they are, that whenever it comes down to playoff time, it's back in the office for them. I feel that the Toronto Jafferys are an overhyped team from mini Showtime. And I have my reasons. Like, hold on. I have my reasons. Number one, just like you made the wonderful point, there's changes to the team, there's changes to the team, there's changes to the team. There's changes for Jaffery's as well. So they have lost players. They have lost players that have gone to United Stars. The same players that you said were going to United Stars, those are the same players that they lost and are making United Stars way better now. They lost those players.
Agreed.
The Jafferys are going to have to somehow, with their magic that they have, they're going to have to come out and really, you know, figure things out. I mean, I'm sure they can be able to come up with something, but I don't think that they are a team that should be talked about much for Mini Showtime because they have lost crucial pieces. Crucial pieces, the same pieces you were talking about 5 minutes ago.
I don't know if you guys can see this, but that says 55. That's the number of championships they have.
Okay, speaking of championships.
Hold on.
Okay, so
Wait. I am not done.
Can we open the phone line for this segment too?
Yes,
I really
guys,
wanna know
phone
what people have to
lines
say.
staying open. Please help me. I'm sick of these two. Come on, help me out here. I need some fresh blood. Give me something new to work with. Phone numbers at the top of the screen. Please call in, please. Okay.
So what were you saying?
Hold on. Can I ask something?
No. What was the most recent?
You're just the moderator.
What was the most recent volleyball tournament played? Answer that question. What was the most recent volleyball? New York. No.
Oh, come on. No, you ain't going there.
No.
Oh, you're not going there.
Who made
I'm
it?
walking off this set if you're going there. I am going off this set if you're going there.
Who made it to the finals of Al-Wilaya? Sorry.
Stanmore and Jafferys.
The last Koja volleyball tournament was Al-Wilaya Cup. And the Jafferys lost in the finals.
Oh, so just because they're in the finals, they're going to the finals in Minnesota? They're going to be a really good team now? Is that what you're trying to say? Because you are being a hypocrite right now because when I told you that about New York, you're like, there's changes. There's changes.
You're talking about me being a hypocrite? Why is New York in your top two? Because they're coming off, they just lost in the finals, right? In New York. Yeah. So are Jafferys. What's the difference between Jafferys and New York then? Because they're both coming off finals.
They're
both coming off final appearances.
Okay,
Come on, man. Come on, man.
It's my turn now,
Yeah,
right?
your turn.
Yeah, because this is unfair. He's talking a lot. You need to control this better. Okay, so let me make this really clear. The Al-Wilaya tournament was a good tournament. They did have competition there. But I think one thing that needs to be said is that the competition level that are here in the US, Canadian tournaments are a lot higher than the competition that happens at those other tournaments. Okay? That is number one fact. So I can't take away that they got to the final. They are 100%. They achieved that. They won that. Congrats, by the way, to them. And congrats to Stanmore for winning that whole thing. But that does not mean that coming into this tournament that they are going to be favorites. There's no way that they should be talked as a top two team. You know what? I do think they're going to make it to quarters. I do think that. I don't think they're going to semis, though.
Okay, go.
But that, I'm sure Munanko will think of something.
How much? Answer my question.
Yes.
What was the question you just asked him?
Have Jafferys done anything recently?
No.
Which one?
Why are we talking about Jafferys right now?
Overhyped.
Yeah. Now, why did you say that they're favorites? We're not talking about that. We're not talking about, how far do you think they're going to go?
Okay, you know what?
If they're
hold up.
favorites or not. You're saying they're overhyped.
They are overhyped.
Okay. And enough about Jafferys. We wanted to bring up Al-Wilaya.
You have a check from HM. They're underrated. Stanmore Jafferys are underrated. They are underrated.
Oh, listen to this. Listen to this! Okay, I'm listening. What did you say about Jafferys going to the finals in Al-Wilaya?
Congratulations.
Congratulations, right? And what did you say about talent? Talent.
I didn't say talent. I said competition.
Competition.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Sorry. Competition in United States and Canada is a lot higher than competition in the UK.
You did say this.
Okay.
The last 2 times Stanmore has come to the United States, have they passed quarters? Have they got anywhere past quarters?
Okay, last 3 times, yeah? All right, let's break it down.
I'm not done. I'm not done. You're intruding. Sorry.
want to break this
I'm
down.
not done.
Let him finish.
Okay?
Let him finish.
No disrespect to Stanmore Jafferys. You guys are bop. You guys played one hell of a tournament, all right? But you cannot say they're underrated because they haven't proved themselves in America/Canada. They won Al Wilaya, which you said yourself. The competition level is less.
Okay.
Mom, tell him to stop. He doesn't listen to me. Okay, now can I talk?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Who did Stanmore lose to in New York?
North.
Oh, North.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Okay.
They lost to North, right? Which you put as a number one team.
Obviously.
And they gave them a run for their money.
I put them as number one team going into Minnesota time, not number one team going into New York. They were not a favorite. Nobody even had them going to the finals.
So are you telling me from day 2 to day 3, from day 2 to day 3, they somehow became the favorites? No, they as soon as they came into that tournament on Friday, when they started by Friday evening, they were right. They shocked everybody. Toronto North shocked everybody. But you know what? Fine. You want to be stubborn? Go ahead, be stubborn.
I will be.
You know what? Hold on.
Who was the quarterfinals? Who played one of the best quarterfinal games against one of the best teams that are in volleyball? Stanmore and Orlando. They
lost?
went to game 3.
Who lost?
Stanmore.
The same thing you're talking about New York.
Okay,
Quarterfinals against
time
North.
out on the Stanmore topic.
Right? Big
Time out.
Big
Guys,
North.
Mati,
They
Mati,
lost. They still
Mati,
lost.
Enough. Time out on the Stanmore topic. We got a text message.
Oh, we got
a text message coming in.
Okay.
How can you host a tournament without including your own team, Minnesota?
Minnesota. All right, look, real talk. Let me just get the elephant out of the room.
Elephant out of the room.
Elephant out of the
On the
room.
table.
Minnesota is underrated for Minnesota. Everybody's sleeping on Minnesota. Okay? And sleep all you want. Sleep all you want because we have not done anything to prove ourselves in the past few tournaments. I 100% agree. What they did in 2011 was something that we've not been able to do again. But Minnesota is just that switch away. Just some adjustments need to be made as a team. That's it. We need just those couple adjustments. And I'm telling you, you are guys, I think everybody who's watching this show and whoever's coming to this tournament is forgetting that the third day is in our home court.
It's true.
We practice, we pray, we sleep, we eat. I don't know, what else do we do there? But we do everything there. Muharram programs, Ramadan programs, yeah? Yeah, we do all that.
Take a look. It's right back there.
So you guys need to remember that this is our home court. We will be underdogs. We are underdogs. We have not proved anything to be up there. But we are going to come.
Redo the question again.
The question was, how can you host a tournament without including your own team, Minnesota?
Okay. Why do we need to talk about ourselves? We know what we're capable of doing, right?
And maybe they want to know.
No, we know what we're capable of
I
doing.
think they want to hear what you have to say. What do you think about Minnesota?
We know what we're capable. Like I've said like 6 times in a row now, that we know what we're capable of doing, right?
Yeah.
We know that we're playing in the third day at home. That's gone. You know?
You think we're going to make it third day? Both you guys, you think we're making it third day?
If we don't, I think the show should close down. Like the studio, the camera shut off. This
like
close
you
this thing
said,
down.
there's this one point that I feel like that this in one way, this is where Minnesota and New York are very similar. We're both
I agree, but there's a couple of teams we're missing here. There's a couple of teams we're missing here. I think number one, big sleeper that teams always sleep on.
Hold on. You just said who you thought was underrated.
Oh, yeah,
in
it's
Stanmore.
true.
Now, can I go or do you want to just
yes,
talk?
Beta, yes, you can
Do
go.
you want me to just leave?
Honestly.
Okay, just go.
One of my favorite teams, right? A couple of my favorite players to watch play the game of volleyball are on this new team, and that team is going to be underrated.
Well, they're going to be underrated.
No, they are underrated.
Oh,
Can you give us a team name?
Okay, what's a team name? Because
I don't.
People got things to do, so let's get to it.
I don't know if they have a name yet.
That's true.
I'm not
I think
sure.
I know where you're going with
I'm
this.
not sure where they. I'm not sure what they went by in
Can we give
TBC.
them a team name on this show and then they just use that team name?
I obviously
With
think
their
so.
permission, of course.
But that team is led by Imran Nasser and Shanu. You guys are underrated. And you know why? Because who won in Minnesota in 2016? Shanu. Right? Who beat Orlando in the quarters in 2016? Imran Nasser. Now you bring that together, and if they click and they've been practicing, and what if they have Nadeem? Don't you remember who made it to the finals in Vancouver? Imran Nasser and Nadeem. So if you bring those three in the back line, they are 100%
You know what?
underrated.
You know what? You think that volleyball is just, all right, guys, if you're really Bob, come on the team. We'll all be really good together. Is that what you're trying to say here? Because you know what? It's been proven that just because you got a bunch of bot players and you bring them together, they're all gonna be, what is that called? When they all like sing and they're happy. Kawabunga, what is that thing called?
Don't look at me.
You know everybody's happy. Kumbaya, kumbaya. Kumbaya.
Hold on.
Listen, let me tell you something now. What did they do in TVC? What did they do in TVC?
They lost in semifinals. They lost in the semis.
They lost in semis?
Yeah, they lost in semis. They lost to Stars in semis.
They lost Stars in semis?
They lost to Stars in semis. How many times do you want me to say it?
Out of how many teams were there?
I have no idea.
Okay. I heard it was a BOP tournament. TVC was a good tournament. I heard that.
Listen.
But they didn't, like for example, we didn't go, which was messed up. But
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying.
I'm listening.
Okay, let him talk because we gotta wrap this up.
Hold on. Now you said that if you put a bunch of bot players together, they may not click, right? All these players that I just named, along with their front line and netties, they all live in Toronto, right? That means, and Toronto, how many times do these teams practice?
No, wait.
These teams practice 2 to 3 times a week. So I'm saying that there's no way that they wouldn't not click.
So honestly, I'm so sorry, but I don't mean to kill your vibe. I lost you at, they all live together. Because I mean, I don't know. What, they go trick-or-treating together, they go shopping together? Like, does that make a difference?
They live together in Toronto. That means they all practice together.
You know what? I can't, I can't argue because
I know what
they might have,
guys, hold
they
on.
might have a run.
Guys, we have another question that got texted in.
Well, why is everybody texting? Why can't everybody talk to us? I want to talk. All right, go ahead.
I don't know. Oh, okay, so there is a question that says, hold up. Wow, okay. So this person says, Minnesota, LOL, is a day 1 and day 2 team. This is Riaz Jivraj. He says, don't buy the day 3 jerseys. Save your money and use it to order jalebi instead for the closing dinner. This is Riaz Jivraj.
Yeah, go ahead. Why don't you say something? Because I have a great rebuttal for this one. Now you coming off.
Hold on.
For Minnesota time, huh?
New York, Vancouver, our case, Sunshine, 4 tournaments, the last 4 major tournaments that we have been to, we've qualified. So New York, the first tournament that had, one of the first tournaments other than Orlando that had 3-day tournament, who made it all 3 days? Minnesota.
We did. I know.
Hold on, there's another one. There was
listen,
an Orlando tournament. There was an Orlando tournament that was 4 days, and who made it to the 4th day?
No, I think I know what.
So
I think I know what Riaz is
understand
trying to
this
go
question.
at. I think I know what he's trying to say. He doesn't have a couple of players to come spend some time with you, and we'll have a caddy ready for you, and anybody else who wants to play golf. But the rest of us will be playing. I don't know who's going to be there from Orlando, but I guess it's going to be us and Jalebi on the court. But I mean, this is nonsense. I mean, we've gotten to the 3rd day. I don't think that's a question. I think the question is Minnesota ever going to finish? You know, like it's been a long time. But I think we're missing one team.
Yeah, okay.
I think we're missing one underrated team.
Okay, let's wrap this
And that's
up.
a team that we've been disrespectful to. And they have proven themselves. And they shocked everybody at New York.
Wait, what? You said you were forgetting an underrated team.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Who is this?
Shout out Allentown. Allentown Union. They are Bob, bro. I'm telling you, they are Bob.
How'd they do in New York? I heard
They
did
got
pretty
2 semifinals.
There you go.
They did not finish what they needed to finish. But, They are underrated. Tell me that they're not. Because if you do, you're going to have to put more makeup.
First of all,
They have how much Suma? Let me finish what I'm saying.
my turn.
Let him
Wait,
finish.
I didn't get to-
You said you want
How
makeup.
much you want to
said want
talk?
makeup. You said you want.
He's talking
No,
too much.
you have to be nice.
Okay, fine, go.
Go talk. First of all, I'm not wearing makeup. Second of all,
He's not wearing makeup, guys. He's not wearing makeup.
Second of all, I don't got anything to say to you because I agree with whatever you say. Bro, shout out Allentown. They played one hell of a tournament in New York. Nobody expected them to get that far. And I don't got anything to say because I agree.
No, you do have something to say.
I don't have anything to say.
No, I do have
just
a question
agree.
for you. I have a question for you.
Okay, ask me the question.
They're underrated, right? Allentown Union is underrated.
I think that
My second top team is.
they don't get-
I have makeup on. I'm Monty, and my second
I
top team
don't
is
have
United
makeup
Stars.
on. Guys, stop saying I have
Who
makeup
beat-
on.
No more makeup. Who beat United Stars in quarterfinals?
Bro, Rob had a different squad. The Stars had a different
Okay,
squad.
guys. Okay, we're
who
repeating
on that?
conversation. Hold up.
Who on that team?
We're not going back. We're not going back.
Who
We
on
already
that
talked
team
about
is
stars.
still
We already
on
talked
that
about
team-
stars.
on this team coming
Guys,
down?
hold up. We already talked about stars. We have another question. We're past 50 minutes in. They're wondering where's the love for the girls' teams. Can we? They want some girls representation.
I agree. Look, I
this one I
don't know much about the teams that are attending because, I mean, obviously you don't watch. But what I do know is that whoever is attending this tournament for the girls, they got something big planned. But more than that,
watch out.
they got a hungry Minnesota team here.
Yes, sir.
Really, the way the girls are working here, they got a coach, they got championships that they've won, they're taking their game to the next level. I don't know who can take them out. I've heard that there's a couple of teams from Toronto that are pretty good, but
Do you remember on, I don't know if you guys watched, but on our first show, we actually had one of our reporters interview Fatima Tarbai.
She hasn't
Fatima Tarbai, if you're watching this,
She
you
hasn't
got-
confirmed.
you got some competition in Minnesota.
Hold up.
no, I don't. I think if teams are not attending Minnesota, and they just got nothing to prove. That's the thing. It just comes down to. I mean, they just don't want to play. They're not ready to prove what they got. That's what it comes down to. Because if you're not attending Mini Showtime, I don't know what you're attending. I mean, it just comes down to that.
Gotta come down and play.
Competition that we're gonna have here in Mini Showtime is gonna be one of the most competitive tournaments of all time.
Yeah, especially for the ladies. We started.
Especially
Did
for
we
the
not
ladies.
have the first ladies volleyball tournament in Minnesota? I don't remember.
I think it was in. I think it was in New
Guys, hold
York.
on. We have a call.
I think it was in New York when Minnesota won.
We have a call.
There we go. So it looks like.
Can we connect the call?
But we also have golf, guys. Don't forget about golf.
We have golf.
So
We also have golf
it
for
looks
you
like we
and
have
the
a call. I
ladies.
think we have a call.
Yeah, we do have a call.
Oh, okay.
Never mind. They hung up.
They hung up. Looks like nobody wants to,
Everyone's
give what
scared.
they have to say about this. But I think ultimately, your top two teams. I see your point of view. I think all the teams that we have discussed today are all teams that do have a good shot to make a run in this tournament. But, don't you dare sleep on the underrated teams either. Some teams, it's a make or break for them when it comes down to one court and all the attention's on you. Okay? And let me tell you something. There's a team, like for example, Stanmore, who looks like they're coming. One court, it's going to be I'm excited to watch them playing on one court in that quarterfinals. Sit there and watch all the games. I mean, we don't get an opportunity to sit and actually watch all the quarterfinals.
I agree with what you're saying. For our tournament here, for us, since we're always in the quarters, at least quarters, we don't actually get to watch the other games that are in quarters. That's true. So for this tournament, you're going to be able to watch every single quarter game.
Yeah, and I'll give you your pom-pom so you can go for United Stars in Toronto North.
Oh, no. You can give me my pom-pom because I'm going for Jaffery's and their 55 championships that they have.
Are you making a statement today?
That's it. We're done.
Oh!
We're at.
Wait, but 1 second. I just need to finish one more point.
So you guys, closing remarks, both you closing
No, I
remarks.
don't have a closing remark. I have a closing question.
Closing question, hiya.
So did you just say you're going for Jaffery's to win it all?
Can I answer it, or are you gonna interrupt my answer?
I'm gonna let you answer it because we gotta go.
You gotta go. Gotta wrap this up.
My favorite team, or the team that I'm rooting for in Minnesota, is Minnesota.
Good thing running the show, because I don't know what he just said, and I think you don't know what he just said, and you give him a fist bump because you just needed to help him.
Again, shout out Jaffery's. They have 55 championships. Don't listen to him. You guys are not overrated. You guys are not overhyped. Sorry.
Closing remarks. Last thing.
Last statement. Go for it.
All right, closing remarks. That's it. Look, all I gotta say is what we talked about today is just an opinion from us. Okay, all the teams are coming in here with a chip on their shoulder at the end of the day. I don't think there's any team coming to any team attending Mini Showtime doesn't have question marks. I think every single team has had to go back, even including the champions of New York. They've had to go back and make sure that they're ready to take on these teams because they know that they're coming. So there was no personal disrespect or any disrespect meant to any team, but we want to make sure that everybody knows that every single team attending Mini Showtime is coming with a chip on their shoulder because they all got questions to see who's going to take home the trophy.
That's good. I like it. What do you want to end on?
All I gotta say is, to all the teams that we talked about, whatever we said about you guys, no disrespect at all was meant for anyone. Nothing was personal. I know.
got tissues?
I know Matham was giving his opinion on who he thought were the top two teams, and I was giving my personal opinion on who I thought the top two teams were. So no disrespect. So no disrespect.
No
to
disrespect.
any
We got
other-
it. We love all of you guys.
Okay.
And listen, let me just conclude. Thank you, Farm Links, for being a great sponsor once again. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for helping us out. And also, we hope you guys are excited for Minute Showtime because we were really excited as well. If you guys give us any feedback, we really appreciate it. Please let us know what you guys want to see on the show. If you guys want to see these guys again, let us know. You guys probably don't. That's fine. I agree with you guys. They're a little crazy. But listen, use the hashtag Minute Showtime. Give us your videos. Give us anything you guys want to see. And let us know what you guys want because we'll give it right to you guys. And thank you for everything. And I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it. We'll
Anything
see you
you guys
guys
wanna
in
add?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Be ready in 2 weeks. Let us know how we did, guys. Thank you all for joining us.
Appreciate it.